seems like yesterday, but I'm sitting in my counseling office, which is my home away from home, and I get a phone call. I have a good friend who teaches in Jackson. She says, Katie, one of my coworkers is coming to interview for the assistant principal job. So I'm listening, taking notes. She said, they are amazing. You will love them. They're hardworking. I said, okay, just tell me more about them. She said, Katie, it's Nancy, it's a girl. I'm like, okay, well, that's good, but Cape doesn't hire female principals. So glass ceiling is set, Nancy flies right through. So she is hired, she threw away her red and black, and she's been a tiger ever since. One morning, not too long ago, it was this year, I asked Nancy, I said, you come in every day, you face all these challenges, but you come in smiling, and you come in singing. So she sings all the way down the hallway. Not like we sing. She's, hello, the sun is shining. She sings. So I said, how do you do that with all this stuff going on? And her response was, I love this school. Simple enough. So if you see her, give her a word, see if she can sing a song, and she usually does a little dance at the same time. So she's singing, she does a little dance. So when I watch her, I try and watch the students walk by. I do that in the morning. So you think a teenager would roll their eyes, smirk, but they don't. They just smile, say, that's our principal. I have been with Central for 40 years. 40 years. I did retire 6 years ago. And then a lovely principal said, would you like to work part-time for my staff? I said, yes, please. Best decision ever. She's an awesome principal. She's a fantastic friend. So when I pull into the parking lot next year with my heart, right here, Drew, you better put those dancing shoes on. You better start singing. Love you.
When I think of Nancy, I think of a person that truly role models servant leadership. She would go above and beyond to do whatever it took to do what's best for kids. Not only our students, just any kid in our school community or greater school community. And she models that daily as the principal of CHS. One of my funniest memories of Nancy was the year we set up for the first time ever to host a stadium graduation at Central High School. There were a lot of changes taking place that year, and it was very easy to lose sight of some of the positive things going on. In the midst of me and Drew Church and a couple other faculty members setting up chairs at the stadium, we located Nancy sitting in the track jump pit with no shoes on, with her feet playing in the sand, and she went on to tell me and Drew that she was imagining she was at the beach. I've been fortunate enough not only to work with Nancy, but get to have some of her own children attending at the high school. I was serving as a vice principal there. I think my biggest takeaway watching Nancy as a parent is she doesn't just act as a parent to her own children. She parents and guides and role models every kid that walks through the door every day. And she's happy to step in and take over and help you with your own kids because she knows that everybody needs help from time to time. She regularly will drop off birthday gifts, Valentine's Day present, Halloween baskets, anything that she thinks will be a fun gift for my own son at our house.
She came in as an assistant principal in 2006 when I came in as a PE teacher. And so it's been 18 years of just watching her make an impact on students and families, and then transitioning to the head principal, I believe, 8 years ago. And she's really fostered a culture of just family type atmosphere. She definitely makes it fun, and we do have a great team. We joke around a lot. She really enjoys telling me when I'm wrong. She takes advantage of those moments. She likes to dance and sing almost every day. We make fun of each other a lot, but like I said, it's a great team and it's a lot of fun. I think I've taken bits and pieces just throughout the years. We've been pretty tight, just our whole team, for the last 8 years. She's very professional. Her work ethic and her just passion for Cape Central High School is unmatched. I think probably the biggest thing that I will take from Nancy is just her love and kindness to everyone she comes in contact with. Nancy, I just want to thank you for being a mentor and a friend the last 20 years. You've taught me a lot. You've made an impact not only in my life, but thousands and thousands of people at Cape Central High School and Cape Central community.
Yeah, I know that anytime I need Nancy, that I can go into her office and she will drop everything and listen and problem solve with me. If there's a student concern, she always has an idea of how to help. And so I know that our staff is going to miss her, and our students are going to miss her as well, because she just is so good at just dropping everything and listening and figuring out a solution to the problems that we have. So I just am in awe of the way that you love, education, the way that you love your students, and the way that you love your staff. And we're going to miss you.
Well, I can tell you a lot of stories about Nancy Scheller, but she probably slapped me with some of them, so I'll stick to the basics. We came to Cape Central High School the same year. She was a new assistant principal, and I was a teacher for the social studies department. You could tell from the very beginning that Nancy was somebody that you could go to and get things done. That was from the first year. She had that open door policy that you could go talk to her. She could be tough as nails when she needed to, even back then. The biggest thing is how she cared about things. She would do whatever she could to help you, and that's never gone away. When I eventually moved into the office working with her that way, I kind of see behind the scenes with it and see all of the work and the dedication and the leadership come out in her there. And she's become, not only a colleague, but a mentor to me as well as running the school. One of the biggest things that I will probably not miss is the beginning of the day where we greet kids together. And she starts singing some obscure 1970s song that nobody knows the words to at the top of her lungs. So that is something that's I'm not gonna miss very much. That's gonna be different. I'm gonna miss her greatly. Probably the biggest thing is when she comes into my office or I go into her office and just talk. We normally make each other laugh. We have a strange sense of humor that both of us get, and that'll be the toughest thing, just not being able to go in there and talk to her.
So summer school of 2023, I remember a situation happened with a student who needed a home. Long story short, Ms. Scheller was there. I kind of pulled her aside and talked to her about the situation, what was going on, and she did not even hesitate for 1 second to say, let's go talk to her. And she ended up bringing her home, caring for her and her young son. They love her so much. I honestly believe that that young lady would not be where she's at today if it wasn't for Ms. Scheller. Her life would be completely different. And then fast forward to, I think, fall of the same year, another situation where a student needed a home. She was in foster care. We couldn't find her. The social worker had reached out to me, and they could not find placement for her, and it was going to be difficult because she did not speak English. Again, Mrs. Scheller did not hesitate. She did not care that she did not speak one lick of English, or Spanish. She does speak English, sorry. Let me correct myself. And did not hesitate because she has fostered children over the years. And she took that young lady in as well, who is a current student and loves her so much. They all call her abuelita, which means grandmother. And I still get tickled. I find myself calling her that too, not in the professional setting though. But those kids love her so much. And I know that they would not be where they're at right now without her help and her love and her nurturing and kindness. I think there's gonna be a hole after she leaves, a little hole, because she makes such a huge impact. I always say I want to be her when I grow up because she is such a great human and does care and loves big.
Well, this is my 3rd year knowing Nancy, but it feels like I have known her forever, even though it's only been 3 years. And I can remember the first thing that she told me when I accepted a position here at the high school was that we are servant leaders. So that there just stuck with me and is going to remain with me of what being a servant leader is. And she shows that every day by her picking up a mop or a broom, wiping tables, pushing in chairs. She doesn't ask us to do anything that she's not willing to do. Just how big her heart is. It's a lot of things behind the scene that people don't know about Nancy or get to see that I have witnessed of the extent that she will go for a student and her own children. And like her love is just endless. When you say that agape, which means, unconditional love, she is the perfect example of that. I have never met a person that knows every lyric to any song. Like her life is a musical. She will just burst out in random song at any given point by just a word that you will say or a phrase, and she has a song for it. Nancy, I just want to say that you take care of so many people, and just like you tell me, take care of you. I want you to use this next phase in your life to take care of you. I think you've earned it and you deserve it, and I just wish you many, many blessings.
The leader that Nancy is she's just a selfless leader. She's a servant leader. She's always looking at ways on how to better her building. She cares deeply about her students, but she cares deeply about her staff as well. And I just think that makes a great leader. Being a servant leader really puts her above the rest because she doesn't look internally, she looks externally about what's going on in her building and then what's going on with her students as well. Well, my advice to her is to step back and just reflect on all the great things that she's done throughout her career. It's been a wonderful career for her, a long, wonderful career. I know I like to say that to you, Nancy. But a much-deserved retirement. I know that she's not going to just step away from educating kids. I know that she'll continue to hopefully volunteer in the buildings and then maybe come back and be a substitute teacher. But overall, she's never going to be disconnected from kids. But I hope that she can reflect and really take the time to look at all the great things that she's done over the many years she's been in education. So I hope that she can do that. I don't think she'll ever step away from educating kids or being with staff and leading, but I hope that she can actually stop and rest a little bit and reflect on some of the wonderful things she's done in the community and then in our district as well.
The biggest thing I love about Nancy is just how selfless she is. I have never met a more caring individual that will literally go out of her way, her needs, her desires to make sure that everyone else is taken care of. You don't find that a lot, and I definitely see that in Nancy. She makes every single student feel like they have a place, a home. She wants school to be that safe spot for students to attend. And it's just so evident. You hear the community talk about it, you hear students talk about it, and you definitely see that through Nancy. Nancy, congratulations. Thank you so much for everything that you have done for this school district, for our students, for our staff, for making Cape Central a better place. I wish you a happy, safe, enjoyable retirement, and for once I want you to worry a little bit more about you because you've done such a great job worrying about all of us.
So Nancy I met 28 years ago. Let's not talk about the age, not my age, not your age. She was my high school volleyball coach actually. And a real quick story with that, I was a senior and we were getting on the bus to travel to the district championship game. And I got on the bus trying to pump the team up and said, hey, everybody, let's kick some ass. And, well, Nancy came on the bus right behind me and said, hey, in my maiden name, Kepper, you're staying after the game. And I thought, oh man, here we go. Well, ended up, we won the championship, and I thought, no, she's not gonna make me run sprints. We just won, like, no way. Oh yeah, we got back to the gym in 30 minutes to an hour. I ran a lot of sprints. Fast forward to 16 years later, I was able to work under her at Central Academy. She was the principal there, and I was the 7th grade teacher. And in that time, I learned so much from Nancy. Number one, her passion for students, her passion for her staff, and just her love for her job. She is one of a kind. She would do anything for anyone, and I think those characteristics from being her player 28 years ago molded me to somewhat of the person that I am today, and I just look up and admire Nancy so much. So, Nancy, congratulations. Hopefully I don't have to run sprints tonight, but keep kicking ass, and congratulations.